Hey guys, it's Fuji. Today's topic is going to be about functions in Python. Now, what is a function? A function is a block of reusable code that performs a specific task. It takes some input arguments, performs some operations on them, and returns some output. Now, there are four main reasons why people use functions. Code reusage. Functions allow you to write a block of code that performs a specific task once and use it multiple times in your program. This saves you a bunch of time and reduces the amount of code you need to write. Number two is its readability. Functions can make your code more readable and easier to understand, especially if you give them descriptive names that reflect what they do. Third reason is debugging. Functions can help you to debug your code because they can isolate a specific block of code and test it separately, making it easier to identify and fix any errors. Or you can always use print statements, of course. The fourth reason I wrote down is functions allow you to add new features to your code without having to modify the existing code. So you can simply add new functions that work with the existing code. So scalability. A function is defined using the def keyword. Followed by it is the function name, and after that, it's the parameters. Parameters are the values that are passed into the function when it is called. They allow the function to work with specific values without knowing the exact value until it is called. Parameters are included in the function definition inside the parentheses after the function name, separated by commas. The parameters are referenced inside of the function body and can be manipulated, returned, or used to perform calculations. The function body is where the code to be executed resides. It is indented and runs every time the function is called. The pass keyword is used as a placeholder if the function is empty. And finally, the return statement is used to return a value from the function. The value returned can be used somewhere else in the program. You can print it or store it in a variable, for example. Let's start with a really simple example. We want a function that adds up numbers. So we take in number 1 and number 2 from our parameters and return the result. So we would need to start with the function definition. So let's start with def. This is the keyword we need to use. Then let's pick a function name. Add numbers is an appropriate name for the function since it describes literally what it does. And so we need two parameters, number 1 and number 2. Now we can go to the function body. And now we can add up these numbers, which is fairly simple. And then we can use the return keyword to return this result. And now we have a function which adds up two numbers and returns its result. Now we can even comment this since it's always good it's best practice basically to always comment your functions. Just write out quickly what it does. So in our case, this function takes two parameters, num1 and num2, and returns the result of the addition of them both. Now that we have the function, we can use it. So let's define number 1. Let's set it to 2. Number 2 we can set as 10. Now let's actually save it in a variable to showcase how you can save the return value of a function into a variable called anything. And we can even give this a type if you want to. We call this function by saying or writing down the name of the function and then parentheses. So this is really important. You always have to use parentheses with a function, even if you don't have any parameters. Now let's pass it the two variables we have, number 1, number 2. Now it should store the return value into this result variable. And keep in mind that it doesn't matter what the name of these variables are, so you don't have to match them to them. So you can name them anything you want. So hello, or just be a little more specific. Alright, can't type. Now we can print this result, and we should be able to see 12, since 2 plus 10 is 12. And as you can see, we got 12. And now instead of declaring these variables, we can just pass these values directly, so we don't have to actually initialize and declare and all that. And we can also get rid of this result variable, since we can directly print it like this. So this will also give us 12. Here we go. Now if we change this to 50, just clear the output, we will get 52. Oh, we're not getting anything. Why is that? That's weird. Oh no. Here we go. There was something wrong. So yeah, this is basically how you work and use functions in Python, and I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next time.